So now let's talk a bit about what those leading companies have been doing to make their sustainability programs successful. Well, first of all, most of the leading companies began their sustainability initiatives by focusing on reducing resource consumption, resources, raw materials, etc. And as an example of this, 97% of the leading companies also explored energy efficiency in their business processes. And 91% looked at ways to reduce the waste in those processes. And a further 85% of the leading companies explored how could they save water in their day-to-day operations. And based on these findings, we can see that many of the leading companies focused their first sustainability efforts on areas that have a direct impact on their day-to-day business operating costs. But in addition to those costs, the leading companies also paid particular attention to the business risks in the marketplace and how their sustainability efforts might help them reduce or mitigate those risks. By mitigate, it's a kind of fancy word. It's another way of saying the companies identified actions to manage or reduce their risks. Well, we can also see from the research that 90% of the leading companies were able to identify a specific business risk or event which could negatively impact their business. And their chosen sustainability action could help reduce that risk. For example, the risk of growing consumer pressure on their business, unhappy people about the environment, etc. The risk of soaring commodity prices, which could have a large impact on their cost of operations. And here is an important finding from the research. By first identifying those risks, the leading companies were able to increase the commitment for sustainability in their organization. And what we mean by that is, by identifying the major risks for their business, management and leadership in those companies started to pay more attention to sustainability and took it more seriously. And the potential benefits the sustainability efforts might have on reducing those risks was finally recognized by the management. In other words, sustainability became more visible on the radar screen for top leaders in companies. And that's important, that it's high on the agenda of priorities. Now, some additional insights gained from the research about sustainability leaders and their success included the following. 44% of the leading companies said that business growth opportunities was the primary reason for starting the sustainability program. So sustainability can be good for business growth. But those companies sent a strong warning. And that warning had to do with strategy. And what they said was that no sustainability strategy can create lasting value if it's poorly managed. And what this warning means is that how a company executes and implements their sustainability initiative is critical for success to occur. So implementation in an effective way is essential. Well, this warning raises one of the most important questions about a successful sustainability strategy. And that question is, how can a company identify and individualize sustainability for them? A unique sustainability strategy for us. What do you think about that question? How can a company individualize their sustainability strategy rather than just following general rules? Well, the McKinsey research identified 4 best practices which can help a company achieve this individualization goal. The first practice was to have a focus. What this means is that the company must identify 1, maybe 2 specific focus areas and those areas must have the best fit with their current corporate strategy and the entire value chain of their company. By value chain, we mean all the activities in a company, from the inputs, the production, services, outputs, etc., sales in a company, all of them. Unfortunately, the sustainability focus can only be achieved by completing a thorough analysis of your unique business activities, because every company is unique, along with having suppliers, customers, and regulators involved in discussions with you about these issues. But the good news is that the homework can pay off if the company identifies one or two significant and rewarding sustainability opportunities.